Well, when I walked up to this viewpoint here, I was definitely not expecting to find a salsa dance party. It's kind of a very random thing to stumble on in Hungary, I guess. But every time this stuff happens, like in Portugal, I kept on going places and they'd be playing like reggaeton or some South American music. I'd be like having these flashbacks to Colombia or Peru or something. Anyway, the first clip there, though, that's the point of the video. Not really. I don't know. I just thought it was artistic, you know? No, it's just because I was thinking recently I've seen a lot of stuff online about like the male loneliness epidemic. Is that what you call it? Epidemic? Yeah, not a pandemic. The new pandemic isn't out yet. So now we have the epidemic. You can decide what's worse. But anyway, I was thinking about it, and it's honestly, I don't think it's a specific male problem at all. So I was watching this other video on it where the guy was reading out all these stats, which I'll save you from, but basically the numbers on both sides are way down. Like females and males nowadays are having less friends on average. And I think in general, the females still have more friends. Women tend to have more friends still, which I think partly just has to do with the fact that maybe in general women are more group oriented. They're more social beings in a way than men, I guess. I think in general tends to be what I experience too. So the fact that the numbers are down on both sides to me is just like, it's a problem on both sides. It's not specific to any gender, and that's definitely what I observe. Like, I meet people all the time that, even if they don't, like, some people openly will tell me like, yeah, you know, I feel really lonely sometimes, or I don't know, whatever, something like that. Or some people won't admit it, but I can tell it's like they are, because everyone feels it sometimes. But also, like, everyone sort of has a different threshold of what might make them feel lonely, right? Like, personally, I spend a fair bit of time alone, but I'm not necessarily feeling lonely. And sometimes it's, I know for a lot of people, they prefer to be alone to an extent, right? So some people can handle it a lot more solitude. But I think it's true in general that, yeah, just people are less connected. It's obvious, like, that's something people talk about all the time. And kind of ties into my last video. I think a major problem is that there's just less of these, I think you'd call them third spaces, because it's like home's your first place and work is your second place, I guess, for most people. Then your third place is like this other place that you go to hang out and spend time at. And there's less of that now. Like, I know in some countries like UK especially, like the pub used to be especially everyone's third place, which I think is a cool thing, but also everyone knows it's not like the most healthy place to hang out, because obviously like drinking is going to be involved in most cases. But it is like probably in the long run more healthy to be going out at least and being social and having a couple drinks than just staying at home and being lonely or not socializing or whatever. Probably actually better for your mental health in the long run, especially. I don't know about physical. I guess it depends. But yeah, I was trying to say that I think a huge reason that got kind of put on the wayside is because during the pandemic, all that stuff was really messed up in most countries. Like, yeah, just ridiculous rules that really made it hard or prevented people from socializing normally. And I was really hoping that after the pandemic that kind of stuff would pop off or like see a resurgence. But in a way, I think like people kind of became too used to just staying home. So yeah, that was like the point in my other video, just go out more. It's like literally that's it. And you don't have to even necessarily go there specifically to socialize, but it's just like leave your house, you know. But I think specifically if you are like actually lonely and you are looking for friends, and it's like join a community pretty much. Like I was thinking one of the better actually communities that I was a part of at one point was when I did Taekwondo, and it's like the martial arts community was actually really cool when I think about it, because it was kind of all sorts of people, you know, but especially a lot of the sort of misfitty, whatever you like, kind of outsider type of people, and you know, people with alternative interests. And yeah, there was like, I remember kids there that didn't necessarily have many friends and stuff, but when they were there, everyone was treated equally, you know, like yeah, from what I can remember, it was really supportive, and we didn't treat each other differently. It was like a respectful environment, and I think it was really good for, well, pretty much everyone, but especially people who are like really shy and so on, because it's like the whole culture of it forced you to build confidence and in yourself specifically, and then also be able to have that camaraderie, right? So that's like, I guess, my idea of a sort of solution. Honestly though, solutions are kind of pointless, I think, in some way, because it's clearly a symptom of society, right? Like the more advanced a society is, the more disconnected people are, from what I can see, right? From what you can tell, seems to be evident. So to me, yeah, there's like, you could go on solutions forever, like go more places, join a community, like join a church, whatever. Like, to me, also one of the solutions is literally just be okay with being alone. Like that could be a solution. It's like, if you just are okay with being alone, then it also kind of solves the loneliness. But it's like counterintuitive solution, which is also helpful. However, to me, the bigger picture is that kind of has to do with a more spiritual thing of sort of not choosing materialism, I guess is what I would say. Because from what I've seen, especially, people in more rich countries, it's like we all live alone, or the goal is to live alone. Like you want to buy your own apartment, and you have this apartment with all these fancy things and a fancy car that you drive alone to work in, or you work from your home. But it's like set up so that you just spend all your time alone, where in less materialistic places, not even necessarily poor places, but where they value not necessarily how nice their things are and if they all own their own home, but they value community and their family and friendships more than money, basically. So it's kind of like only going to be solved, I think, by the result of a societal change in philosophy.